Hello friends, so today I'm gonna share my personal experience with you guys. How did I start my business? I'm living in Dubai since last 22 years, and during this stay I started my career as an assistant accountant, and I reached to a position of senior finance manager for a group company. At that time I realized this is the maximum peak of my professional career. Should I continue in the same field or should I do something else? After giving a lot of consideration, I decided to move on and start my own business. Now I'm going to tell you the real-time story of starting my own business and what all complexities, what all difficulties and the challenges I faced during this course. The first and foremost challenge was to decide whether to open my company in mainland or in free zones. Mainland and free zones have their own pros and cons, their merits and demerits, and on the basis of which one needs to be very prudent to take a decision whether to go for mainland and free zone. Giving all the due diligence to the merits and demerits, I decided to go to free zone. Now the next question was which free zone I should be going in. I have already recorded a detailed video on Northern Emirates free zones, Abu Dhabi free zones and Dubai free zones. After the selection of the free zone, my impression was I should be getting the trade license within 24 hours or 48 hours, as many of the agents will be claiming in the market. Whereas the reality is something different. What basic documents are required in order to set up a company anywhere in mainland or free zone? Passport copy, your Emirates ID, your national ID card from the home country, and you need to provide your resume or your profile in order to have your KYC processes fulfilled so that the issuing authority would know what exactly your background is. So I provided all these documents and I started the process of registering my company in that particular free zone. After providing all these documents, the free zone company and their representatives started the KYC process and they have started working on my trade license. During this process, they reached me 2 to 3 times for different information and confirmation of certain documentation. As a KYC requirement, I was given the online link to upload my 10 seconds video in which I have to say something about myself just to prove my identity as a real person. After fulfilling all these KYC requirements and uploading my 10-second video online to the Free Zones portal, I was able to get the license in next 72 hours. After getting the license, the next process was to open the bank account for my company, because without the bank account, you cannot operate in UAE. I have got an option to go for the virtual banking, the online banking, in which you don't need to visit a physical bank, but your banking will be an online access, and then you can open your account and operate your account online. The second option is to go for the physical bank in one of the branch and then you apply for the bank account. So I chose to open a virtual bank account because it was relatively easy to open the bank account. My company had been created, bank account had been created, so I thought it's all okay to go ahead and start my business. My company was 18 days old only when I realized one fine morning like I should be changing the name of my company. I started the process all over again. For me, this should have been a very easy process, whereas this was not. I had to run through all the processes once again to change the company name. After 3 weeks struggle and fulfilling all the processes and the requirements and the paperwork, I was able to change my company name. Now the company name has been changed, so what next I had to do was to change the name of my company in the bank as well, because bank is having the old trade name, whereas I need to update my KYC as per the new trade license. So in my today's story, you would definitely learn whether you should be doing job or you should be going for business, and if you are going for business, whether you should be going for mainland or the free zone business. Now the comparison between mainland and free zone businesses, if you'll be able to do it by yourself, fine. Otherwise, I advise you should be consulting a professional consultant like us to guide you properly which is better for you. Now, another lesson learned was do your homework properly so that you may not end up in the case like mine, in which I had to change the company name because the new name was most suitable and attractive as per my understanding. If I would have not been in a hurry and would have given a proper thought, I would have not wasted 3 weeks by changing the name of my company itself. So the moral of the story is, before you give a kick start, you need to give a proper thought to your processes. You need to give a proper thought what you're exactly looking for. Before starting your business, what homework you need, please watch my detailed video on that. I'm Javed Ahmed Khan, your business advisor.